So hello fellow coin collectors, how you going? This is Glenn back with another video, and today I have the coins of the United Kingdom with the portrait of Elizabeth II. So these coins were issued between 1953 and 1967. After 1967 they didn't issue any coins into circulation because of decimal day, which happened in 1971. So here the coins actually had the portrait of Queen Elizabeth that was done by Mary Gillick, and this was when she was 26 years old, and these are still currently being used on the Maundy coins. Hope I pronounced that correct. So the Maundy whatever coins are actually 1, 2, 3 and 4 pence in silver, and they're used to actually check the silver and weight content and also the diameter of the coin. So they did actually have another portrait. This is the Cecil Thomas portrait that is used on other countries. Now this was his entry to actually be used on the UK coins, but it wasn't chosen. This is a Hong Kong $1. So Hong Kong used this design, as well as Belize, Nigeria, and a few other countries, usually just colonies of the United Kingdom. And that's quite a nice portrait. So with the actual circulating coins, we actually have a farthing, a halfpenny, a 1 penny, 4pence, 6pence, a shilling, 2 shillings, 2 bob, half crown, and a 1 crown. But the 1 crown is actually only a commemorative issue. It really wasn't issued for circulation at this time period. Earlier times, so this Victorian crown, this one had a high mintage of $500,000, so it actually did circulate somewhat. But this one was only issued as a commemorative coin, with about nearly 10 million coins issued, and it's issued to commemorate Winston Churchill's death in 1965. So that's a copper nickel coin. It's a fairly common coin. And then we have the farthing. So this farthing, a Eurasian wren, and as you can see, if I can get a closer look at it, you can see this coin has actually had some damage, a lot of damage, probably like extremely fine condition. But this coin is the first one, 1953, and it's only issued in 4 more years. 1954, 55 and 56, and after that year it was no longer minted. Now this one actually has some variations. So this coin is actually so if you have a look at the F, as you can see, the F actually, focus, you bastard. I hate that. So the F actually has, it's pointed backwards, so this would make it a reverse A. And if we have a look at the cross up the top, it's actually more like a straight cross. So this will be a 1A type, so 1.3 million of these were minted. And the 2B is the other most common, and it had 6.1 million. So even though it's only 1.3, it doesn't seem to be as collectible. The 1B and the 2A are the actually most scarcest. So this one's quite a common coin, and it's actually the smallest coin that was actually issued in Queen Elizabeth's reign, not Queen Victoria. So the second coin we have is the halfpenny. So here I have a halfpenny with the 3-mast ship, Sir Francis Drake's Golden Hind. As you can see here, this one's a 1964 issue, And these 3 coins are actually made in bronze. And this coin was minted up until, well, for circulation up until 1967. But the 1970 issue was only issued in proof sets. So if you get any of those, it's out of a proof set and it's actually not a circulating issue. So in 1964, how many coins were minted? 78,583,200. So this coin is actually a very high minted coin. So if you're going to collect this coin, just get it in this grade. It's really not worth getting it any lower grades unless the mintage is lower. But I don't see any coins that actually have low mintage. So you'd have to look for error coins. And this side has, as you can see on the obverse, the Queen's portrait is actually quite good. And this side is actually engraved by Thomas Humphrey Paget. So it has HP for Humphrey Paget, as you can see there. And that's actually the smallest coin in circulation that lasted until decimalization in 1971. And here is the largest, or not the largest, the second largest. So the largest would have been a half crown. Ooh, this one's quite uncirculated coin, 1967. It has Britannia. So before 1937, Britannia was actually on all these farthings, half pennies, coins, and they were replaced in 1938. And here we have a half penny. So this one's pretty much in high grade. Here's Britannia. And in Queen Victoria's reign, you can actually get Britannia with a high and low waterline. And as you can see, the waterline is better defined here, which in the earlier coins actually doesn't have these wave ripples that you can see on this coin. So this is a 1967. It was the last mintage with 654,564,000. So really it's only worth collecting if it's in uncirculated grade. So this is actually a grade lower, probably extremely fine. Look at the fingerprint, that's actually not mine, it's someone else's. And this coin is actually about 9.48 grams, about 30 millimeters. Then we have the threepence coins. So this one has a gate time, which is a Tudor portcullis. And I have actually 2 different coins here. So 1953 and 1967. The only difference between these is the actual motto on the back. So this one is missing OMN, Britannia OMN, and the rest of the inscription on this coin is actually the same as that. So that's basically the difference. And I showed this one in the image before. This is actually a flan floor, so obviously over time the actual metal will start to peel off. And here I have a better version. As you can see, the Queen's portrait is actually quite good. Not a bad coin. So all 1967 coins are actually high mintage, so they're actually one of the highest. So this one is 150 million coins. And these ones are actually introduced because I read that the smaller threepence coin, do I have one here? No. Anyway, the smaller threepence coin is pretty much similar in size to that one. So this is a Hungarian dinar, but don't worry about that. I'll make another video. And it actually proved unpopular. And that's what I've read. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, except for in Scotland where it was popular. And they issued this one to replace it. And it was like they actually circulated together and were minted together from 1937 to 45. And this one was issued in circulation as a sole coin. And this is actually a nickel brass, so nickel, copper and zinc. And the zinc actually gives it the yellowish color, because copper, you need a very high content of copper actually make it silver. So then we have the threepence. So this is equivalent to Australian 5 cents, or in the UK 2.5 pence. So here I have the 1953, and it has the Tudor rose here to represent England. He has the thistle here. Thistle, I think it's Wales. It has the leek here. No, I think the leek's Wales. The thistle might be Scotland. And the shamrock is Ireland. I keep on getting confused with that. And this was one of the coins that was designed by Cecil Thomas, who designed the actual portrait there. And he also designed the 2 shillings as well. So it has CT on the actual coins. This one's pretty much uncirculated, really. And if you have a look at the other side, as you can see, it has higher grade on it. But it looks like the actual minting of this one is actually very shallow, because it omits some detail on the shoulder and also on the hairstyle. I believe they were re-engraved. Now this coin has 70 million minted, bit over, so it's only worth collecting in that grade. Actually, all coins are worth collecting, but if you want an investment, only in that grade. But really, 70 million coins. I can buy German state coins that are in base metal for like $10 each, probably in this grade. So 100, 200 years time still won't be worth that much. So here is a 1961. As you can see, it's actually quite well circulated. And this one has a mintage of about 115 million. So even more were minted in this one. In 1967 had 240 million. So, as I said, only worth collecting investment if it's a highly uncirculated. Then we have the 1 shillings. So we have 2 1 shillings here. We have the English one, the 3 lions, and the Scottish one. And like the £1 of the previous demonetized coin that was issued from 1983 to 2015, this one is issued to represent different sections of the United Kingdom. And this was designed by William Gardner. As you can see, it has WG there and a WG there. So you would have designed just the one type and just use the actual shield as a differentiation between the actual 2. So there is a difference in the mintage. Like this one, I believe the English one has 40 million and the Scottish one has 20 million. So because the population of England is actually about 10 times that of Scotland as far as I know. And this one's in very high grade, although some damage. And that one is too. And then we have the other ones with the differentiated motto, but pretty much the design is pretty much the same. So yeah, these are nice. And they actually had earlier coins, and the previous monarchs with actually the 2 English and Scottish, but with they were actually a bit different. So now we have the 2 shillings, and this is done by Cecil Thomas, Cecil Rhodes. God, he was a guy who named Rhodesia. Okay. I wish these people would just actually get different names. So this one has the thistle, the shamrock, the leek, and as England is the dominant part of the United Kingdom, the Tudor rose is actually in the middle. And so with the actual metal, all these are actually copper nickel. The UK hasn't issued silver coins since 1946, and between 1920 and 46 they were actually 50% silver. And this coin was the first year, and it has 11,958,000. So to actually get it in this high grade is probably not that well, I don't think it will be that hard to get, because of the new monarch. A lot of people would have actually collected the coins when they first come out. but the coins from years after that are probably harder to get in higher grades, because generally how it works out is that when something new comes out, people keep it, but because they get used to it, years down the track, they actually don't worry about keeping it, new ones, and they actually just spend them, so they're actually less available in higher grades. Oh, and I forgot to say, this one had 2 engravers, so here we have Edgar Fuller as well, but this was actually designed by Cecil Thomas. He was also an engraver. He also done sculptures and medals and a lot of other stuff as well. And the poor bastard passed away in 1976, but he had a good life. He was about 91 years old when he passed away. And here we have a 1966. So this is the year that Australia decimalised their coinage. But our 20-cent coin is actually the same size as this one. So 1966 had a mintage of 83 million, about 84 million. 1967 was about half of that. So this is actually the highest minted year for this coin, yeah, as far as I know. And here we have the portrait again. Oh, one thing I forgot to say was that the 1 shilling was only minted up until 1966 for circulating coinage, and in 1974 the proof sets. But the proof sets had 750,000 issued. So the last highest mintage was 1963, and after that they were pretty low. So 1961 is a good year to get. Is that for this one? For the single line. 1961, that's the coin that you actually want to get. And 1959, definitely a key date. 1961. 64 is actually low. 64 and 65 are low mintage, so if you can get those. And 66, 15 million minted. So they're, for the Scottish ones, they're the ones you want to get. For the English ones, the dates you want to get are pretty much nothing really. 64, 65, about 9, 10 million coins, so pretty much are all high mintage for this one. So the Scottish ones, they have some low mintages if you can get them. If you can get them in high grades, which I think it would be hard, that would be good to get. So the last coin issue for circulation was the half crown, and as you can see, this actually looks like quite a nice coin. It has the coat of arms of the United Kingdom, so it has England here, it has the Scottish line at the top and the Irish harp, and I believe that's the Edwardian crown. And these were actually minted in high numbers in the 50s. The 1953 with about 4 million is the one you want to look for. But with from 1954 to 67, what's the low mintage? 59 with 9 million. 64 with about 5 million. So 1953 and 64 are the ones you want to get in high grades. You want to get these in high grades. So this one, 1954, had 11,600,000 roughly. So this is okay grade. I would like to actually get a better higher grade, but you know, for only a few dollars, actually worth getting. You can see the milling there. And this coin is actually at 14.14 grams, 32.3 millimeters, so the largest coin as well as the highest denomination used in circulation in pre-decimal United Kingdom. And then we have the 5 crowns. Did I say 5 crowns? I mean 5 shillings, which is 1 crown. And this one's 28.28 grams, 38.61 millimeters. Had 9,640,000, but I believe most of those were just used as souvenirs and were sold And I think this actually might still be legal tender for 25 pence. Because I'm unsure if they do monetisation. So if you get any other coins issued after 1971 that are this size, they're 25 pence and not a crown in the United Kingdom. As you can see, there's a portrait of Sir Winston Churchill, and this is done by Oscar Niemann, which everyone should know who Winston Churchill is, especially in Australia and the United Kingdom. And he's also on the £5 banknote as well. So those are my coins from Queen Elizabeth II's reign that I have. Pretty much all of them, except for, I think I'm missing one commemorative crown, am I? Yes, the 1960s one. And the 1953, I might have actually sold those before. So anyway, thank you very much for watching my video. I know it's pretty long. I hope it was informative. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and check out my links below. Also, please leave a comment. I actually like to answer all you guys, so if you have any questions or if you want to correct me on something, that is alright. Thank you and have an awesome coin collecting time, people. Okay, bye bye.